was going to be doing this, and especially on this. But I don't know, after 16 episodes or so, maybe the rage part should emerge. I just can't. It's like I'm in denial of someone else's denial. It's not even denial. There should be a new word for what this friend of mine is in right now. I've never seen it before in my life. I've been at the depths of some really shitty addictions. And if I had any denial about anything, um, it was just a way of what was it, Trav? You were in it. What the fuck? Like I still knew that I was bullshitting myself. Even in the worst relationship, but in the most fucked relationship, toxic relationship, whatever the case, that I knew that I have to put myself in denial to continue to operate. So I don't have any notes or anything, and I'm kind of hungry, but I don't want to eat because I'm kind of like just I'm basically watching a friend of mine take a really slow dose of heroin, knowing full well that that dose is gonna kill you. And I've been watching it. I had no idea this was going on until maybe a few weeks ago, I think, but it had been going on for at least 5 to 6 months, which is standard. It's standing operating procedure for this industry that perpetuates a scam called the pig butchering scam. And there's a whole history of why it's called that. The person getting scammed is the pig. And the last thing that happens is you get butchered. Fortunately, that's not murder, but financially it is. And when you're as up in years as most of the people who are targeted are, that's the end of you. Hope you have very forgiving family, and that they have like a back room for them to stay in. But the saddest part is I would believe this individual would take that back room in a family's house and rent it out. He would sleep on the floor out in the yard, rent out that room, so then he could take that money and put more into this scam that he's already lost thousands. I shouldn't say just thousands, right? No, it's like it is in upwards of $140,000, $150,000. Let's give him a name. His name is Jim. Jim. Old man Jim. He got snookered. Happened back a few months ago, 5, 6 months ago. Jim was on his Facebook Messenger, and a pretty girl appeared in his whatever thing, the messenger thing, Immediately caught his attention, and they began talking. Hours turn into days, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, And suddenly there's a very good investment you can make. And, oh, by the way, this girl is falling in love with Jim, according to Jim. So out of the blue, a pretty girl messages him. He begins an online relationship that then now an online relationship that consists of the pictures that are given to him of her, some nude but without showing the face or anything, the head or whatever, kind of weird. Um, and that's all he's got. That's all Jim's got. He has a really weird recorded message from this woman, and quote unquote woman, for all we know. It's a very weird, sort of doctored, brief message that I heard, and I know my way around a studio rig. You know, I'm not the brightest tool in the shed. Sorry, let me land this plane before I get back to the podcast. Yeah. So what do I know? I know that you can pitch shift, right? You can pitch shift. You could also take a tool that you can either speed up or slow down a sentence, a word, whatever you're trying to do. And there's an artifact that takes place sometimes when you speed it up a little too fast. And if you have something that's like a multi-syllabic word, it'll just kind of, and that happens 3 times, let alone the sort of the intentions on certain words were just in the wrong place. And I am certainly no director, but I've had some experience in putting the right intentions on the right words, and this individual didn't have a prayer. I don't want to get into the deductive stuff yet. I'm just presenting this is what's going on, right? And then this woman says that she's in the financial industry, and sort of earns Jim's trust by sending him a few $100s. You know, so it's real, right? And this person's looking out for Jim, right? But then comes the first ask, and it's a few $1,000s. Now, when you're doing that first act, you're going through one of these financial platforms, right? Right, like crypto.com or some, whatever. I'm not high, you're high. And so this woman is working this program that she's sharing the screen of with my friend Jim. So he thinks it's legit as all fuck, right? Not only that, but once he makes his first investment, he sees immediate returns. Can't access them, but he sees immediate returns on this financial platform. Now, what's that? The euphoria of making a little dough, and you got some pretty, really young girl, questionably, at least in the picture, not questionably. It seems pretty much just of age, but no. Jim's not a he's not a spring chicken, you see. And a few more deposits more a few more deposits occur, and he's seeing bigger returns. Now, anytime he asks to video chat or to talk on the phone or whatever like that, it's excuse after excuse after excuse. I mean, we all have seen catfish. We know that side of things. Well, that's what's happening. But it's not just about romance or you know how much on that show did somebody get from somebody or a couple grand maybe. Well, now um, we're dealing with Jim having to take out a loan, ask friends for money because the big one's happening. The big one that if you can put together $100,000, you might be looking at $1 million returns here. And couple that with the fact that the girl who has been guiding him through this entire deal, entire scam, is supposed to meet Jim come the next few days, actually. Seems as though as maybe even in a week's time. Jim lost a family member not too long ago, a close sibling, and Jim also lost someone very close to him, for which he hasn't recovered. I mean, he tells me that you know, there's certain things he can't even do since then, and so for me, it starts there, right? It starts with grief. It starts with loss. It starts with being lonely. Those are spooky, spooky, spooky places to be. Grieving, loneliness, getting up in age. I can make 1,000, suppositions of what I think is going on. Maybe I should, because this is my podcast, and I'm putting together an episode here as I go along. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not as pissed as soon as I sat down in front of this fucking microphone, which I think is a good. Well, it's not a good thing when it's fucking Roig Rage. I guess it's a good thing for my health, my heart. I mean, the man broke it, I've never seen I've never seen this before. And he doesn't know that he's already lost it all. And that nobody's coming. And they will make excuses. And they may insert smaller scams within that, It's known that there's a custom scam where you'll be called and told, I need X amount of dollars to be able to get through the customs in one way or the other because I have to yada, 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 yada. Boom, out more. Gone. what's even creepier is the industry that Jim's supporting. I watched a lot of little documentaries and all this, um, as you can imagine, and there's some spooky individuals on the other side of that financial platform. Things apparently haven't gone necessarily deadly, but people are getting their asses handed to them, and for various reasons on their side, and some that are fucking justified. I don't want to say it, but at least in and in their own minds, in their own contexts, there's in their minds it's reparations. It's getting what this country of ours owes them in their minds, and it could be damn right. We done shed a lot of blood and just left the bodies on the ground, and there are some people in this world that don't think that's cool, because some of those bodies were their brothers and cousins and mothers and daughters and sons, and so I've never been in a position. I've only been the person. I've been the person that people have been like, you need help, you need this, you're in denial, that kind of stuff. And I don't think I've ever been truly in denial about my shit. Like, I always knew that, I'm ingesting too much of that. They're right to be telling me to lock myself up. But I'm going to tell them that it's not a problem. Just like back them off so I can get a little bit more in. So then I can go and clean up. And that's the thing. I wanted to call this thing Scammed. And denial's a big part of it. But I also would like to do an episode just on denial. Somewhere along the way, but I've only come out on the other side of stuff like this. Any of my addictions haven't licked me, have they? But my boy is going down, and I was like furious. I hadn't been for a while. I was kind of, I don't know. I wasn't distanced from it, but maybe I was hopeful that some of the stuff that we were trying would work, including family members and authorities, and trying to, but unfortunately, nothing seems to have panned out. And give me a sec. Let me turn this off. Boom. Why did I say turn it off? Let me rev it. Let me rev it on. Rev it on. I could tell Jim that the sky is blue, and they will tell him that the sky is green. And Jim will thank me for letting him know what I think the sky color is. Thank you, Travis. Appreciate it. Appreciate all those words. Appreciate it. But it's green. It's green. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna go back to the green sky. The green sky has the promise of a girl in a week that's probably 50 years younger than you are, $1 million, right? And you fucking gallop off into the fucking sunset. Has anybody in the existence of this planet, has anybody ever been messaged by a pretty young girl in Facebook, stranger, who's now your financial fucking advisor and is going to marry you and make you a millionaire just like she already is? Please, please, if you haven't emailed me yet, email me that fucking answer. Because I'd like to know, because I'll back off. I'll back off. I can tell him that. And it's just, guffaw. I got it. Can you imagine the arrogance? The arrogance that is. The arrogance of one of your loved ones who is deep into some addiction or another. They're just pretty much shitting in your fucking face. Because when you tell them that the sky is blue, they go, it's green. And there's nothing you can do. And unfortunately, this green sky is going to cost Jim's financial life. It's going to cost him everything. Everything. And I don't see it changing even when he has nothing. It's so sad. And there's nothing you can do. There's nothing in place for... There's nothing in place to prevent this. Nothing. You have some rights as a family member, but you know families, you know yours. Don't you have some people in your family that are like, fuck this guy, I don't even fucking... You know, who knows what kind of asshole you were to that family member or whatever. Who knows? And family will just go, meh, it's what he gets. You know? And if this is what if you catch your karma at the end of your life, and if you've done some dirty business, maybe this is something that happens to you. I can see that. Jim hasn't been the nicest of individuals. He can be the kindest. Or he can be kind. He can be very kind. He can be generous. But you go, well, is that even real? I mean, if some random girl, woman can do what she's doing to you now, what friendship, what anything did we have? What kind of person have you been the whole time? I don't want to, kick Jim when he's down like this. I was just trying to understand it, trying to make peace with it. I mean, the clock is ticking. I've said my piece. I said, your money's gone. I said, this person's not coming. And they will make an excuse that there's either been a death in the family, or they've been hospitalized, or what was the other one? Hospitalized, car trouble, death of family, hospitalized, car trouble. What's the other one? There's another one. There's another good one they use. I'm going to remember it after I hit stop. And I'll be like, you son of a bitch, Travis. I forget about my friend who's basically dying. And I'm like, wow, what was that one thing? That's crazy. That's human. That's us. Fucking nut bars. The whole lot of us. But I don't know. I don't want to bring up an idea about something. I'm saving it for another episode. But there seems to be something else at play when this is occurring to someone. It's something else. I mean, we call this thing denial. But this goes so much further. It's scammed. I mean, that's what it is. It's a behavior. You're in scammed. You're a scam. Like, you become the thing that's happening to you. Like, you're the scam. And I don't understand how people can how Jim can still just walk around when I see him, whatever the case, and be happy, still like a person. Like, and it's like, what is? How could you still be you when you're allowing this to happen to you? Like, why aren't there horns? Why don't you have horns? At least I can grab the horns, rip them the fuck off, and snap him the fuck out of this fucking thing. But there's nothing. There's nothing. There's no key word you can say. There's fucking nothing. What is that? I get theological with it. I get, like, God abandoned us. God, be it girl, woman, man, black, white, the Jewish, the Christian, whatever, all of it, the whole thing. Whatever the God thing is, God set everything up for all of us and then walked the fuck away. Because there is no other explanation for things like this. And a fuckload of other things that I'm sure you can tell me about. That we all know about. That's the only... I was telling my wife, I was telling my wife earlier, I was like, it's not even that God doesn't exist. It's just that God walked away and allows this insidious evil to permeate into a person's life who's towards the end of their life and is going to lose everything. And I'm like a phone call away from it. I'm just a phone call away, just a turn of the wheel. I could be there in no time. It's right there. And there's nothing to be done. I can't do a fucking thing. I don't like using that word, but that's some triggering ass shit, when you just can't do fucking nothing. You're watching your family member just deplete themselves. There's no more Jim anymore. Jim's gone. You can't be Jim and this thing happen. You just can't. They're call centers. This isn't like how it was before, you know? Just some dude or chick in the house. Did I say chick? I meant an upstanding female part of the. Oh snap! This man wants me to know he's there. I don't know I don't know what it is, man. I don't know why he wants me to hear his engine roar. It's a little weak, dog. It's a little weak. That's all I'm saying. You know? Create something. Like, build a motorcycle. Don't just... You know? Listen to that shit. That's all they can do. Can't build one to save his life. But wants everybody to know that he can push down on a pedal and hold on to the handle a little and just kind of rev along. Mm. Yeah, they're call centers, man. There are buildings in countries all around the world. In some places you wouldn't think. Maybe I didn't. I was like, wait, what? But yeah, it's a legit industry. There's of course there's the gangster aspect of it, but apparently you can make more money doing this shit. These fucking love crypto scams. You can make a shit ton load more money than you can in the drug trade. No, you know. So you're gonna be seeing this happen a lot fucking more, I would suppose. Um, and because why not, right? There's want to keep making money, expanding, keep making money, expanding. And it's a numbers game. These people have lists, hundreds and hundreds of names. They just call hundreds of fucking numbers all day long. Like hundreds. Like one person will do, 250, 300 calls in one day. And you might get one or two people, maybe, but then you just go back to work the next day. And once you get the one, you go on this other list where it literally shows how they not rank their callers, but their victims, their scams. But there's like a list of, they'll be like, Jim is a truck driver and whatever. And then it'll go here. Bob's a barbecue man, and da 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 da. Samantha just lost her son, and whatever. And it's just lists, and so they know whenever they need to talk to whoever they need to talk to. They have. Not only do they have, do they know them like in a synopsis kind of way, synoptical? Wouldn't it be amazing if synoptical was a word? I'd think it'd be amazing. You might not, but I think it'd be amazing. Synoptical. I want a sequel to Synoptical. Synoptical. Oh, yes. They have scripts. Scripts like anything. Scripts like anything else. Like it would be a totally like a regular call center. You have your scripts and you stick by them, and if somebody says something and clues into a keyword, then you turn your page to go to the thing, like to then answer that thing, and you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to tell you. And they have those. Literally anybody can work at these things. Anybody. You don't need any experience or anything. Well, we've been doing all we can over here, and there are some people who have actually been doing a lot more than I have. It's really really something to see. Um, I thought I cared about people that are my people. You know, I have a little harder time when they're strangers. Uh, is that true? No, I mean I don't, but like I wouldn't go full court press like someone I know who uh is like I don't know like like you ever see Veronica Mars? It's like, but then the movie Limitless, that like pill that Cooper takes, that's like what I'm seeing. And I like that individual even more because of the way that they cared about Jim. I love them that much more. When you see someone love someone as much as some people can, uh, the vague monster is back. Listen, I didn't get any approvals or anything to do this shit. I just slapped this on and decided to go for it. So I'm just kind of playing the just making sure that I don't fuck someone up or reveal something too much or whatever the hell. Um, like anybody that listens to this could whatever. Yeah, I'm drinking a fucking Red Bull, and my lips are smacking the shit out. At least I'm not breathing too hard, which that's I went before I sat down. I was in this sort of just rage, this rage about this situation. I was like, I don't think I can do this. I'm gonna sound like, um, oh, excuse me, somebody needs to get by me. They blowed the horn and just they had to take a right through my closet and a left through the front porch. Oh man, it's fucking the energy on my side of the world is fucking crazy. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. Yeah, people being murdered 30 fucking yards away from me. And now this brutal, terrific scam that my good friend is already I don't know. I don't know. I never really gave too much uh credence credence Clearwater credence to we're all connected. We're all connected. I just was like, meh. But I do feel that I don't know if this metaphor is going to work or not. I don't think it did when I tried it before. Hey, let's just try it now because it's fucking I good shit. It's like every time you meet somebody, they snap on a uh, what are those things called? A bungee cords. So you have to be careful, and it's not. Let's work this out together. It's not like once you meet somebody, but once you have that touch, once you have that either maybe it's a little argument, like a misunderstanding, or maybe it's a really a really cool thing off the bat, a really really great occasion like meeting or having drinks. It just works. But like a bungee cord is being like clipped onto your waist of that individual. And it happens with everybody you meet or are experiencing throughout your day. Somebody's new at the job you go to. Oh, and now we were only exchanging eye glances and whatnot, but now we're exchanging words, and now there's something that d- depends on what I say to them and whatnot. Oh, yep, clip. And you get all these clips, and you realize when you're just sitting there in your bed, just, I don't know, trying to smoke a bowl, you're having a drink, uh, even, you have sex, you do your dang dang, right? You do your little dang dang, and you wonder, you go, why am I so restless? Why can I? And then you go, these, it's these little tugs, these like emotional bungee cords to people in your life where, oh, somebody just blocked me on Instagram. Ooh, that's a little ugh. And oh, someone didn't realize that this text meant something else, and now there's this thing, and it's like, okay, that's an uglier one, and these things have already happened, and they were not too big of a deal, but they still hang around. It's because the clip hasn't been unclipped. And I, for the first time, because of a couple situations recently, this is why I've formed the bungee philosophy. Um, I've really felt, and I don't know if it's because I've been feeling a little better, because I have. So maybe I'm one sensitive son of a bitch. We talked about this shit, right? We talked about it in the men episode, which I don't think is doing too well. Some of these episodes are like kind of up, and I'm like, where are really? Like, they're just clicking on and then clicking off. But I've seen some of the analytics, and some of y'all motherfuckers are staying around. You ain't gonna tell me. You ain't gonna put it in no email. You ain't gonna, maybe you'll text me and shit, which is like it's kind of shitty. That's kind of like, what? You can't put it in an email, dog. Come on, man. Trying to start an enterprise here. But yeah, I start feeling these little things a little bit harder, and I discover they don't have anything to do with me. It's the other person, but I'm feeling the reverberation on the bungee. And I used to not wear like belts or anything. Let's keep rocking the metaphor. So I could never get the, like, I would, or maybe not. I didn't wear a belt, so I couldn't put the clips. But like I would carry like a samurai sword, and once enough like bungees clipped onto me, I'd take the sword and go and slice them all the fuck off of me and start anew. And wow, did I just therapeutic myself? I wish I paid myself the therapeutic prices, and let me tell you, I'd be a richer man right now. Because I lost some work recently. I don't know if I told you. And I still haven't gained it back. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. But I'm still a little better off than Jim. I'm a lot better off than Jim. Because Jim no longer has thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. There's no telling the kind of information, banking information, any kind of anything. Jim is a smart man. I don't know if Jim does everything by the book, but Jim had no problem with his girl switching banks with him 5 to 6 times. Can you imagine doing some kind of investment deal with someone you've never seen, you've never talked to, only been texting, and that's the fuck it, and maybe they've seen you, but you haven't seen them. Can you imagine doing that? And then they go, yeah, I just need to go to this bank over here. And then we got to go over to this bank over here. And then we got to go over to this bank over here. And like, is that when you send the titty picture? You know? So it like throws off Jim. And he goes, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever, however many banks you need to wash my money through or whatever the fuck they're doing, go right the fuck ahead. Well, what they're doing, it seems like, is trying to leave no trace behind. Because they seem to have themselves a fucking whale. And like I have to sit in life with that bungee cord. It's just I don't know how to. I just take the samurai sword to it. I could, but then even with that, it was still connected because I'm going to be thinking. I'm going to be counting the days. I'm going to be like, oh, this person, this female, who, by the way, the female that he met on Facebook, turns out that that's not the person. Well, duh, but that's not the female that he was talking to. Because someone I know did some fancy fucking research and found out that they'd been taking somebody else's fucking vice, somebody else's pictures. So now my friend Jim, who has fallen in love with this first girl, now is told, you're right. I was scared and I didn't want you to know exactly what I look like, but here's the real me. And they give him another photo or two. This is his answer. She's not as pretty, but it'll do. It'll do. She'll do. It's not only this. I know. Is it old men easily swayed by some young-looking pussy that doesn't even that could be his fucking granddaughters, okay? And he fell in love with one girl. That girl was exposed and was easily able to transfer his love to the other girl because they had the emotional side. It wasn't the sexual side. It wasn't the titty photos and everything and the youth and the millions of dollars. This is what's going the fuck on. How? And you point it out, and it's like, oh no, what's wrong with that? We had an emotional connection, and you know, she doesn't look like the other girl, but she looks good enough, and you know, that's a loss I'll take. That's a loss I'll take. That's a loss I'll take. Yeah, I'll take that loss. But not the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Who knows what the fuck more is going to happen, because they're not coming. And they're going to make excuses. And they are going to get as much fucking money out of this guy as fucking possible. And I see it all going away. To the point where he'll be homeless, working at some fucking who knows what the fuck, to sleep on the streets, to give this girl more money. Tell me no! Fucking tell me no. Tell me no! It's incredible. And there's nothing. I said this before. There's nothing to do but just watch. And yes, I do feel we are connected and we have a responsibility to each other. I don't know if that's some 42-year-old hippie ass shit, but we do have a responsibility to each other. I mean, I, yeah, yeah. I mean, I should talk about this on another episode. But social media, man, this wouldn't happen. This wouldn't have happened as hardcore as this without that. Maybe you still get calls on the phone and you can get into it that way, but I think that was a lot harder. That's why I think more people are doing it now because it's gotten a lot easier. And I'm really having a hard time with what the fuck is the point of social media if you're I don't know, not a select percentage, a very small percentage of people. And it kind of goes to our connection, right? It's just looking through social media, you're getting like you're clipping bungees onto your fucking eyelids, and they're jetting back into the back of your head and all places. I mean, they're just coming at you from all sides, right? Getting you in the shoulders, the heart, the fucking dick, the whatever the fuck. And you gotta turn it off. So all those vibrating bungees shut the fuck up. But they don't, because you're back on that shit real quick, and those things just start going again. I do not, you know, yeah, it should be another episode, but I tell you, I love so many people. Like love seeing their lives, love talking to them, love turning each other on to shit and whatever the hell, and I love the groups on it, and I've had post success. I've had post success, but not success from it. And at this point, that shit ain't happening. And the only reason why I'm taking this tangent is because this did happen. This did happen on Facebook, and then I don't know. There's just maybe something inherently evil when things like this can occur that are so devastating, just off of a social platform. And the the social platform turned into a financial platform, and now it's gonna turn into a cemetery plot. Because either my friend Jim is going to blow his fucking head off, I'm hoping he's a little too arrogant for that. But there's a lot of shame that's going to come with this. When all this plays out, and, if you don't know how to cope with that shit at the advanced age that Jim is in, not advanced, but a lot fucking older than me. I don't know what I just said. I don't know what the fuck. So what is it? They can, the hospitalization, death in the family. Oh, customs problems. Yeah. Oh no. So I had it. I just gave myself so much shit for not having it. I did have it. I don't know how long this one is. Everything's dark, and I didn't look at the clock because I don't give a fuck. 'Cause fuck you, and fuck me, and fuck everybody. I don't know if I can wax any more poetically. I don't know if I have anything else to reveal. I think you have a pretty good idea of how this occurred, and I mean, my friend was groomed. He was straight up groomed. It's a grooming, and and it started right when he encountered a very very deep loss. So, okay, so my advice to you, to any buddy that you could know, that any of our grandparents or any of our parents and shit that might have lost somebody, lost their husbands, or lost their wives or their spouses, and lost a child, lost, anything. Um, I mean, even like losing like a pet, or you know, uh, that stuff is devastating, and that stuff leaves a hole in you, and there are demons out there that will zero in on that hole, and they have their ways. They have their ways of finding you, and depending upon some sites that you click or something that you weren't supposed to click or whatever, that triggers them to like get in touch with you. And most of us go fuck off and block them, delete them, tell them some silly ass shit, whatever. I wouldn't necessarily do that. I was like, some of these dudes are fucking strapping, but not strapping young gentlemen. They're strapping young gentlemen. These guys in the jungle. Um, uh, if something devastating has happened to somebody that you know, whatnot, please pay attention to them, not on some grief shit, but on like their behaviors. If they start, I don't know, if they're a little too happier than they should be, maybe that's a sign, right? Um, that the seed has been planted. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it seems to it looms around loneliness and loss, and people are losing their security. They're losing their ability to take care of their children or their grandchildren, or to take care of themselves. This is happening more often than not. I can't believe, like, I can't call the police station and go, yo, there's this happening. You have a protocol for that, right? Cool, awesome. Where's the office? Nice. Second floor? No. Third? Got you. Upstairs? 305, 304, 304, got you. Nobody's in 304. It's 305, 305. So I go into 305 and I tell them exactly what the fuck. We lay out all the fucking evidence, and they go, oh shit, we can talk to these people, and these people know to be able to, track the IP address of Jim and see what he's being tagged with, or whatever the fuck. Something! Fucking something. Fuck all nothing. There's a lot that I treasure about this company. This company. This country. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, this ain't no country. This is a company. I really don't care how they care for how they treat their citizens. It's a simple statement to make, but it's the most gentlemanly way of saying that you are on your own. So take care of each other. Thank you for listening. Roig
Roig,